What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl Neek, and you are tuned in to Neek at Night. Well, we are early in the morning. I'm like, listen, I can't sleep, so I might as well come talk to y'all and tell y'all what I'm thinking about, what I'm seeing on the internet, and how I feel about this whole entire situation with Cardi B and Offset and this whole divorce and what's going on in the blogs and everything like that. But y'all know, before we get started, I need my night owls to tell me where you guys are tuning in from. I see somebody already said that they're tuning in from Chicago. I see some of my night owls from Texas in the house. So I want to see where you guys are tuning in from before we hop on into this live video. And, you guys let me know what y'all thinking. This is going to be a live where I want to get your participation. I want to know what you guys are thinking. I'm going to share my thoughts on some of the stuff that I've seen on the blogs, and then we're just going to go from there. This is going to be sort of like podcast style, etc. So, as you guys know, yesterday it came out that Cardi B was filing for divorce from Offset. She was filing for divorce, and there was this whole like shock and awe about her filing for divorce and what that meant and the reason why. When she first came forward to file these papers, it was first reported that she wanted to have full custody. She wanted to have child support. She wanted to have spousal support. And, the documents were leaked to certain blogs and, people picked up the story, et cetera, et cetera. Well, after the news of her filing for this divorce, then came the rumors. Then there was the rumors of, well, what was the reason? If she's filing for a divorce, is it because Offset is cheating? He's been cheating in the past. Then there was rumors that there was a baby, and they're like, okay, well, it must be a baby on the way, and so on and so forth. And then after the rumors started swirling, then Cardi B started to get in contact with certain bloggers that she has relationship with. She went to certain bloggers to tell a certain story so that they can run that particular story on their blogs and to their audience. Now, me, I'm not a person who likes to, revel in somebody's downfall. I don't think that, this is something to be like, ooh, aha, whatever. I'm just not that type. However, I'm just not gullible either. I seen that there is a particular blogger who makes up lies, and that same blogger made up lies about me and, said that I didn't know who my baby daddy was and just made up a whole complete lie. And then when she was called out about it, she said she was dragging me. I mean, but my definition of dragging is dragging somebody with the truth, not making up lies. That's not how you drag somebody. But anyways, so I don't just believe what that person says. I don't just believe what a celebrity says just because they're a celebrity. I say that to say I look at situations and I use my own discernment, my own mind, and I'm just not gullible to whatever anybody has to say. Now, that's not to say that there is a baby, because I think that could have been a reach, and that could have been, somebody just trying to pick up a story, but I'm not gullible either. So I seen one of the bloggers that she fed information do a live, and they were like, I was married, and I know that, it's a traumatic time to deal with, which I do agree. I think that, dealing with a marriage and a dissolution of marriage and divorcing and all of that, and then on top of that, having public opinion, I can agree that can be something that is not easy to do. You have to worry about, doing what's right for you, and then you also have to worry about the public perception and how people perceive things, and how it's going to make you look, especially if you got a song you saying you got the best WAP, and then it's like, what's happening here. However, some of the stuff in that live, I kind of raised my eyebrow to, because I'm like, you can't be a celebrity. And it's the same with Meg Thee Stallion. I don't get how people are celebrities and then act like they don't know how certain stuff works. Cardi B, I guess, told this particular blogger that, oh, something happened with the lawyer's office. That's the reason why people know about it, yada, yada, yada. I wasn't born yesterday. I wasn't born the day before yesterday, and I wasn't born last week. And I know for a fact that anytime there is a marriage, that is public record. So anytime you have a divorce, that is public. Anytime you have a marriage, that is public. You're able to get these records. They're public records. So the whole, it's some like, I don't know, I kind of side-eyed that. And I'm like, how do you think that people were not going to find out? Your name is Belle Calise. And a lot of these places like TMZ and different other sources, they have people who work in the damn court building. So I kind of side-eyed some of it, and I'm just like, okay, so y'all just you just can't just say anything and I'd be like, okay, yep, like no. As far as the part of her saying that she didn't know that they were going to file for custody, and she didn't know that they were going to file for alimony, and she didn't know that they were going to file for child support. Also, I'm a person, I've dealt with court cases. I've been to through family law. I know for a fact that anything that anybody files on your behalf, you have to read it and sign it first. So not saying that she wants child support and that she wants alimony per se, and that was her end goal and that was her end all be all. But I'm not dumb. I'm not stupid. I wasn't born yesterday. Anytime that I've ever filed paperwork to the courts and I've ever had any type of family law matter, I've hired attorneys to represent me and everything like that. But before anything gets filed, I have to sign it. You have to sign it. You have to read it. You have to sign it. So if you get it filed, it tells exactly what you're filing and what you're requesting. So again, there was a couple of things that I seen, and it kind of just made me raise an eyebrow, because I'm just like, I'm just not that gullible and I'm just not that dumb. But that doesn't mean that I believe all of the salacious stuff either. I'm not here to, pin babies on Offset if he really ain't got babies. I'm not here to bring her down about getting a divorce, because as a woman, as a human, we've all dealt with niggas that we probably should not have dealt with. We've all been in situations with people that we probably gave them a little bit too many chances before we finally, said, you know what, this is the last straw. I'm not dealing with you no more. So I'm not going to sit here and act like she's not a human being, because she is. I've seen a lot of people acting as though, she's not a human and she's not this and that. I believe that she is a human being. So I'm not going to sit here and act like she's any different from any of us who be dealing with niggas who don't be right and anything like that. I hate when people act like, they are exempt from being hurt as well. So I don't want to come here with that whole shebang either. But I just don't just listen to anything and just go with anything and be like, okay, well, that person said it, so that just makes it that. Also, a part of the story that she told the bloggers was the fact of it had nothing to do with cheating. It had nothing to do with, infidelity of any sorts. And the reason why she no longer wanted to be in this marriage was because she wasn't getting attention from Offset. Now, I agree that that is a problem that comes up into relationships. And I think that, there comes a time when people start to feel themselves, do themselves, and, you kind of grow apart. So I believe that that is a plausible issue within the relationship. But do I believe that that is the end all be all, that, oh, today I'm not getting attention, so now I'm going to file for divorce? I don't believe that. I believe that it's more than that. but she's entitled to not share it as well. It's not really our business exactly what was the straw to broke the camel's back or break the camel's back per se. However, comma, I just don't think that that's just the end all be all. And it was just the fact of I just didn't get attention. So now I'm just filing for a divorce. Whatever the reason is, however, it's her business. You know, if she wants to share it, she can. If she doesn't, it's totally her business. I just myself personally think that it's more than that. Not saying that that's bad on her character, not saying that's bad on Offset's character. People naturally do grow apart. People naturally, you know, sometimes just don't see eye to eye, and that's okay. That's what happens in human relationships. But I just wanted to point out a couple of the things that I saw. Whatever the case, I wish her the best. Now TMZ is reporting that you know, she wants to amend the divorce. At first it was you know, said in a certain way that it was contested, and it's seeming like, you know, there was, you know, all of these assets at stake, and then now she came back in and said that she wanted to amend certain things, and she wanted to now make sure that everybody knew that it was an amicable split and things like that. So I just wanted to touch on those things before I brung some of you on and have you guys give your opinion. Also, another thing that I noticed that these bloggers kept saying was she was trying to get his attention. That stuck out to me. I kept hearing that over and over from different bloggers who talked to her, and they were like, oh, she was trying to get his attention. And they kept alluding to this not being a finalized thing. And they kept alluding to, you know, it was just to, you know, wake them up type of thing. And, you know, that kind of raised my eyebrow as well. But I'm going to let you guys chime in on what you guys think about it. I'm going to bring Lily on. What are your thoughts?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Um, I would say that possibly they grew apart. Stuff just don't work out, but I just refuse to believe that infidelity wasn't involved. Like just to say, dude that was hiding his phone when she came in the room on the live while he was playing the video game. He had his phone like face down. And I remember couple months back when he said his Twitter had got hacked when 6ix9ine girl was saying that he DM'd her. That was actually him. But I just feel like for her to like foul like that, he had to really mess up. Like he really did something. So it's probably is a baby in the picture. I mean, that's what I think. Because because for him to just cheat, she kept taking him back. But some people just don't want to go through that. Like, oh, like, because a baby, that's like an end game for them. Like, and then they're married. So who's to say that the girl that's allegedly pregnant by him
There's
may put him
there's
on
other
Toxicity?
there's other factors also other than a baby. I think that a lot of people do get fixated on the fact that he cheated, and they get fixated on that, but there are other factors. I don't know his personal life. I don't know if he does drugs. I don't know what he's doing, but some of these niggas be on drugs and they be changing and being completely different people. And you know, the person that you got with ain't the person that you know got right now. Like, these people are on all kind of hard stuff these days. So it could be more than just the baby. I think a lot of people are fixated on the cheating, but it could be more than that.
Yeah, I agree, but I just feel like yeah, I mostly agree with you on that. But the way they described her divorce, like she said, she wanted like full custody of culture. That she wanted like child support and like spouse support. She just didn't know like the exact amount yet. It had me thinking like
Mm-hmm.
he must really messed up. Like he really did something that there's no coming back from. And I don't think I could think of doing of that being was like you said, probably drugs or alleged baby.
Right. All righty. Well, thank you so much, Lily.
Thank you so much, Nick.
All right. All right. Getting lucky. Hello.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. How are
Oh,
you? And those
I'm
of you
great.
guys in the chat, wait 1 second. Those of
Mhm.
you guys in the chat, I just posted the link right now. So if you want to cop on and chime in, definitely hit the link right now. Go ahead.
All right, hey girl. So I'm at work, honey. I had to step outside to comment on this. Now, I feel like, girl, I'm a nurse, so I'm out here doing the night shift, keeping up with all them little cases or whatever. But I had to come in and comment on this. I feel like that maybe, they probably just grew apart because once they
Yeah, that's
started out,
possible.
yeah, once they started out, Cardi B was just like in the beginning stages of her career, and she elevated like surpassed his career to me, in my opinion. Like she's a bigger celebrity. She might have more money or whatnot. And the bigger you get or whatnot, like you're not gonna sit up here and keep on putting up with the same stuff. Like, why should you have to? Not saying that he is cheating or anything like that, but it comes to time and a point to where, every time you turn around in the past, she's out there, she having to defend him all the time. Like he be making her look bad. And let's be clear,
Hmm.
she's not gaining anything from being with Offset. He's gaining off of her celebrity. You see what I'm saying?
Well,
So
she's not gaining anything right now because, like you said, she has now surpassed him. But we can't act like Offset in her relationship didn't bring her status up.
yeah, that is
She
true.
was
That
coming off
is
the
true.
heels of Love and Hip Hop. She was not really I think she just had dropped Bodak Yellow, or maybe not. Yeah, I think, yeah, cuz I think the first time that they hit the blog was because he wanted her to pay her for a feature, and that's kind of what leaked to the press that they had, had odds, and then it came out that they were in a relationship. And this was right at the heels of Bodak Yellow. So her aligning with Amigos, an A-list celebrity, it brung her celebrity up. Now, I will agree with you that at this point in time, as she has elevated herself, she has surpassed him perhaps, but he bigged her up. So yeah, I can agree that right now at this moment, maybe she's not gaining.
Exactly. And that's probably what the problem is because, like, okay, if I have surpassed you like this on this level, like, I mean, why should you stay and put up with things that you don't have to put up with? Because, like, she's not gaining anything from him anymore. Like, what is she gaining from it besides for looking stupid? And to be honest with you, I'm surprised they even lasted this long because I thought it was a whole stunt for them to even be together. Like, I'm surprised
Mm-hmm.
it even made it this far. So, and as far as the
Right.
infidelity thing, I'm gonna have to put a side eye to it because of his history. Like his history is always somewhere in the streets, slanging and popping and clicking and twirling and twerking all over these streets. So I'm gonna just have to, go from the history that he has presented and just have to draw my own conclusion. And it's just kind of funny to me how she's running to all these bloggers and stuff to put a narrative out there. Like, it don't make no sense to me. Like, come on. Like, why are you running to all these bloggers
Yeah.
for them to tell your story? Like, it's not nobody's business first. And if you don't want anybody to know, or if you don't want anybody to know what's going on, that's well and fine. Keep it to yourself. But don't be going out to these bloggers and telling them what it is that you want them to put out. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, we're not stupid, ma'am. We're not dumb. If you don't want to share it, don't share it.
Mhm.
But that's really all I had to say on that.
Right. Well, she's
But
totally entitled to. Yeah.
right, but I mean, like, I don't like to see nobody's downfall or anything like that. Or a divorce is a big thing to go through. So I feel bad for her about that if it is true. And then it could just be a whole publicity stunt because ain't she got an album supposed to be coming out soon?
Yeah,
Like, I
that's a
mean,
fact.
it could be that just to get some buzz and get her name out there for this little album, honey. So with she doing all this, I hope the album is fire. I
All
hope
righty. Well,
so.
get back to work, boo.
I'm a girl. I'm finna go check on my patients now. But thank you so much, and I love your show. Love it.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support.
Thank you. Bye bye.
All right. All right. We got Kevin. Hello.
Hey, Nick, what's going on?
What's up? What's up? What's up? What are your thoughts?
Actually, I don't even what y'all was talking about because I know I seen something for us. Shit, what y'all was talking about? Cause I'm gonna say something.
No,
Y'all
you
had something to
didn't chime
say.
in and don't know what we talking about. I'm gonna need you to
No,
catch up, and I'm gonna come back to you, Tiara.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts, boo?
My thoughts is it wasn't no infidelity. It was just plainness. She became a mother. See, when you're out in the streets and you're doing what you're doing when your life was free, that was good. But now when she came a mother and he's not being a father figure like that, not like how he's supposed to be. You know what I mean? He's still running the streets. Of course, he's a celebrity, but sometimes you take time out to be a father and you be a husband. You know what I mean? I don't think he cheated. I think she was like, mm-mm, this is not what she wants her daughter to grow up to be. At the end of the day, she has a child, and that's a little girl. I mean,
Yeah, and to
why
your
would she
point, I
want?
think it's also sorry to interrupt you. I think it's also very important that when girls, women, ladies, whatever you want to say, get into these relationships with men, it's very important to see how they treat their children prior to you having children with them. I don't think that Offset
Right?
was a certain type of father that she I feel like he's still doing the same shit that he been doing, but because it's her
Facts.
baby, she feels like, you know what I'm saying?
You're
It's
not
supposed
gonna
to be
do me
different.
like
But
the
me,
rest.
when I deal
You're
with
not-
dudes, right? When I deal with dudes, I see how you treat your kids prior to. If you ain't shit nigga to your kids, I'm not about to expect you to be all that daddy just because it's mine. Like,
He
you
wasn't
gotta
an active
definitely
father
think
from the
about that
jump.
kind of stuff too.
He wasn't an active
Yeah.
father to the rest of his kids. So what made you think he was going to be a father to your daughter? You know what I mean? So
Right,
when
and
she
not saying that
realized
he's
that,
not
I'm
saying
not
that he's
saying he's
not, but I
not.
think
Don't get
that
me wrong.
yeah, I think
Don't.
that yeah, I think that to your point, the reason why I said that is because those factors go into once you have a child, the things that you look at and your outlook changing and looking. I was just adding to that. Not saying that he's not a good father because I don't know, but
I don't know either.
those are the things that women in general need to pay attention to.
Exactly, especially young women. People like approaching their 30s and stuff like that. We should be already knowing that. That's I go through the same thing. Like my ex husband ain't a celebrity, but I've already been through that. If you treat one person this way, you ain't gonna do it for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think he cheated. I think she wised up.
Okay. Do you think it's in any way a publicity stunt?
No, I don't think it's a publicity stunt. Once you have a baby girl and you become a mother, a whole lot of things change. You start to see things a different way.
When it starts to get reported possibly that she has reneged on fouling, what are your thoughts at that point?
It's just a sad, like, he realized, oh, it's time to be a father, or they came to an agreement. See, people don't understand. I was married to my ex husband for 7 years, and I'm only 31. A marriage is not, oh, we get married, that's a title, that's a piece of paper. Marriage is work. Marriage is like a union. It says to death do you part. Under the Lord's eyes, your divorce ain't decreed unless somebody steps out the marriage or they die. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't. If it's
Yeah.
a publicity stunt, I don't think so. I think she wised up, and her money's getting a little bit bigger. You know what I mean? He not doing nothing to promote himself or do anything that's. You know what I mean? When you see like you like grounding yourself and making bigger moves and trying to set plans for your child. You know what I mean? And somebody's not on the same page as you, you got to get the go. You got to hit that go button.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely plausible.
Well, thanks for talking to you. I got my newborn here and look like she about to wake up.
All right. Thanks for chiming in.
All right.
All right. Mr. Tell It All. Hello.
Hey, good morning, guys. How you doing?
Good morning. What's
Man,
up?
I'm just here sitting confused. I'm just saying she just came out with a song, WAP, but I'm wondering if she got a DAP. D stand for dry. The other letters abbreviation. But I just don't know, man. Cardi B, Offset, he's all over the place. I'm saying he's like a mango, man, and he always on the go. We just gotta pray for them. It seemed like a little bit of publicist stunt. But I know I'm always having a field day with it. My girl Nicki Minaj. What do you think about that?
We ain't talking about Nicki today, okay? But what I will say in Cardi B's defense, a lot of
Yeah.
people are using the line about WAP and her saying that, you know, she don't cook, she don't clean, but she still got the ring.
But
We
what?
have to keep in mind that she is the one that filed. Now, if he was the one that divorced her and he filed for divorce and he didn't want her no more, then we could be like, girl, you ain't got that WAP, da da da.
Yeah.
But in her defense, she's the one that is taking the WAP away and not the other way around. Not him
Yeah.
saying he's tired of it. She's the one
Yeah.
filing.
Yeah.
So
But
I
you.
will say that in her
Mhm.
defense.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. But I'm a man. And yeah, I can see right through Offset. He seemed like an opportunist. You know, and I
Mm-hmm.
think God has opened her eye. I don't know if it's Illuminati opened the third eye, but I'm happy for her. She needs to just get a little baby girl and do her thing and get a real man. I'm available. I miss to tell it all, and I miss to do it all out as well. But it was nice
You
time.
say you available. You putting your bid in for Cardi?
Oh God, hell yeah! I got even a cover letter too.
All right.
Thank
Do
you,
what you
man.
do. All right.
It was nice talking.
All right, bye. All right, the real Mimi.
How you doing?
Hey, what's your thoughts, boo?
Can you? My thoughts is you can hear me, Neat, for her. Keep going, cause I got these
Yeah, I
earphones
can
on.
hear
Can
you.
you hear me?
Your video is
Oh,
a
okay.
little fuzzy, but I can hear you. But before you start, hold on one
Okay.
second. All right. So those of you guys who are in the chat, be sure to hit the like button. Also, if you have not yet already told me where you're tuning in from, right now is the perfect time to let me know where you're tuning in from. Hit the like button. And if you want to join in on the conversation, I'm about to drop the StreamYard link again. So click the link. You don't have to show your face. Tell me what you think about this situation when you see my name paired with click the link. All right, go ahead, Mimi.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I heard the lady say that. I heard the lady say that he doesn't care of his kids. That's kind of like one of the things that's in the media that he always takes care of his kids. So I don't think it has anything to do with the children. But I do think that one, like the guy said, she's getting a little smarter. When you get older, people don't want to deal with that. You know what I mean? They want a man that has, or even for the women, I mean, even for the men, they want somebody that has integrity. You know what I'm saying? You can't just
Mm-hmm.
play around in these streets. It's too much going on. You can get a disease. What if, you slip up, something happened, and then you bring me back something? What am I going to
Right.
do with that? You know, just like in the movie for Color Girls, how Janet Jackson was telling her husband who had cheated on her with another man, she told her husband, "What am I going to do with another sorry?" You know what I'm saying? So people, they don't want to deal with that. What am I going to do with another sorry? I got so many sorries that they piled up in my closet. You know what I'm saying? So people,
Mm-hmm.
they just want, people are just looking for stability in life. That's all people want. So when you can't prove to be stable and responsible, even in a relationship, it's like, I don't need you around. I can do this by myself. Life. I can do life by myself, you know? So that's
Right.
why,
I agree. I think that,
I
like I
don't
said, I believe that that is very plausible. And that is a reason why
Mhm.
people can grow apart. However, on the heels of her just now releasing WAP, and she has the most famous song from the line is I don't cook, I don't clean, but I still got the ring. On the heels of the release of that song, for her to divorce right this soon after that song, I believe that there is marital problems of you wisening up, but just me personally, I think that it's more than just that for her to go to this length at
But
this time.
true, but Neek, it didn't have to be just because she put the song WAP out. I think we reading into it a little bit too much. You know what I mean? That's like, I don't know. I don't even want to give an example. I'm just saying that's just I ain't got an example to give right now. That's why I ain't gonna give one. But I don't think it was nothing really to do with the song. I think those words just happened to go with it. She was battling. I mean, she was
No,
doing a
I'm
song
not
with
saying
Megan.
I
Megan
didn't
is
I
very
no, I'm not
lyrical.
saying that her divorce has I'm saying being that that line is so big in the song, me thinking if
Uh,
me as a human being, if I drop a record and I have
yeah.
an infamous song that's
Okay.
attached or infamous line that's attached to my marriage, if I go and file a
Mhm.
divorce, me putting myself in Cardi B's heels, who Cardi B cares about perception and how people perceive her. So me knowing how Cardi B is, I'm not thinking or I'm not going to just sit here and believe that she didn't think about the perception of what people are going to say. So me, I think that it had to be a little bit more. Now, I feel like that is a part and can be a part of it. I believe that that is an issue that she probably is dealing with. However, I think that it is something more to it than that. Just my opinion. Not saying that it's a baby. I don't
Yeah.
know what it is. I just feel like it's just more than just,
Yeah.
what I'm saying? For her to, you
Yeah.
know, yeah. So that's just all I'm
Uh
saying.
huh. But you know what I was gonna say though, and I also don't think because I heard you say it could be him doing hard drugs. I don't think he's doing hard drug. Well, if he is, I don't think it's the reason. You know what I'm saying? I truly think. Let me see, 25. Is that how old Cardi is? 25?
I believe she's around there.
Is she 25?
She
Yeah,
probably 26 at
25.
this point. I think she
About
was like 20.
26,
Your phone
27.
is going in and out though.
I was just okay. You can hear me now though.
Yeah, go ahead.
You can hear me now? I was
Go
saying
ahead.
around 25, 26. I was saying around 25, like 26 and 25, I was just wisening up myself. I just think she's wisening up. I just think she's tired of him. Because in the beginning of her career, Charlamagne the God was asking her on the Breakfast Club, what type of man do you want? And she was explaining she didn't want a rapper, because she didn't want to have to deal with all the drama that comes with that kind of lifestyle. So I truly just believe she's just getting older. That's all. And when you have a child, it makes you mature faster. I just think that she probably see her life flashing before, like, is this what I got to deal with at 40? I'm not dealing with that. I'm not, no. I'm not dealing with
All right.
maybe he'll bring me an STD. Let me do. Yeah, you know what I mean? So,
All right.
yeah.
Thank you, Mimi. All right. Shayla.
Hey.
Hey, boo. What's your thoughts?
So what I think about it is I totally agree with everything that you're saying. I don't know about if he had a baby or not. I wouldn't be shocked if that makes sense to me. That would be a big enough deal to end your marriage, or she just caught him cheating again. I just feel like I don't know why people is associating the song with the divorce per se, especially since it was always a big debate that she doesn't write her own lyrics. So I don't understand why now all of a sudden people are like, "Oh yeah, she said that, so it goes with that." But I just feel like he probably did something horribly, which is cheating, and she was just over it. I don't think it's publicity, but she does seem like an emotional woman, so I could see her filing just because she was mad and taking it back.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. I feel like people are going to associate her lyrics to her real life because that's what she is putting out there. Even though we know that, she gets help and everything like that, being that that song has so much controversy, aside from her filing
Mhm.
for divorce, before any of that, the song had major controversy. There was a lot of people who did entire videos and breakdowns about that line about her not cooking and cleaning, and you know what I'm saying? So I think that going into a divorce, not saying that the song is the reason or it's associated, the public perception will attach that, and I think she knew that already as well.
Okay, yeah. No, yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. I just think that I don't know, her reaching out to bloggers and trying to spin the narrative is just kind of crazy to me. It's just kind of it should be what it is, what it is. Either you just not gonna talk about it and just go through your divorce as much as you can, or you just gonna put it all out there. She put everything else all out there. I just don't understand spinning the narrative. I mean, I do. She likes to, be put in a certain light, but it's just like that's weird to me.
Yeah, when I started seeing multiple, and it wasn't just one, it was multiple with the same spiel. I was like, wait a minute, what's happening here?
Right. I seen that and I was gonna talk about it, but I was just like, that's so weird to me. It's just, I don't know. Just be honest. Like, you a woman, you grew apart. I don't know if that's necessarily true, but whatever happened, happened. Like, you're getting a divorce. But I would definitely wouldn't throw a party, and I don't know. I see people saying a lot of nasty things. Like you said, she's human, she's a young woman. Like, sometimes you gotta go through that.
Yeah, and we all done dealt with a nigga that we shouldn't have been dealing with. We've all have. So I'm not gonna sit here and, you know what I'm saying? And
Period.
act like we ain't got dealing with heartbreak and we ain't dealing with, I'm not gonna sit here and act like that, but I ain't gonna be gullible either. I'm just not
That's
gonna
for
be
sure.
gullible.
Especially all the public humiliation and time and time and time again. Hopefully she just realized, like, look, I got this daughter. This is too much. You gonna either be with him and and let him cheat in peace, or you need to get up on out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. It's crazy. I'm gonna add real talk on. Hold on. Real talk. Real talk. What are your thoughts? All right, I'm gonna click them off. I don't know what's going on. Unforgettable.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey, Nick. Um,
what's your
I want to
thoughts?
say this. To me, Cardi is a pathological liar. I don't want to say that he cheated. I don't want to say that they had issues. But to me, you can't believe nothing that Cardi says. Um, and one thing I know for sure, what's in the dark gonna come to the light. You can't hide a baby for long. You can't.
Say that
It's
last
gonna
part
show.
again. What you say?
Huh?
What you say? Say it again.
You can't hide a baby long. If it is a child out here, if that baby gonna show up, it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna. I mean, even the way that the social media is now, I mean, he wouldn't be able to have a child long, and neither one of them, to me, have money because both of them going through court cases.
Okay,
Cardi
so you
B
think
has
they
how
both
many?
broke?
Both. I ain't gonna say both of them broke, but both of them are constantly in and out of court. How are they gonna make music?
You
Cardi
think
B
that
has.
court is gonna affect them making music?
I mean, I'm saying it. What I'm saying is, Cardi B has several cases. Now she's getting a divorce. She's constantly in and out of court. He's suing his The Migos are suing the record label. He's in and out of court. Wasn't his baby mama taking him back to court for child support. To me,
Yeah, but their money is longer than those little couple of court cases, though. I
Yeah, I
that
feel.
think they both got money.
I think their
that we
money is
know
longer
of,
than those couple of
that
court
we
cases.
think anybody can fly and make it seem like they got money. I mean, that's just how I feel. I'm not trying to hate on her or nothing like that. I don't know if she has any kids, if Offset cheated, but to me, she's a pathological liar. She's going to try to spin the narrative to make it seem like it's one way when it's something else.
Yeah, I will agree
So,
with you that Cardi B definitely does like to control the narrative. I remember when Offset allegedly creeped into Jade, who is dating 6ix9ine's thing, and they were showing that Offset was suspended from Instagram, but they were showing receipts from him being suspended from Twitter, but then saying that it was the Instagram, and it just was a whole big old cover up of a mess. that was like, girl, I'm not stupid. Like, what is this? You know?
But
So I
Nick,
do know that she does control the narrative and she will say one thing. That's why I'm not about to just be gullible and you just tell me something and I just be like, okay, well, because she's the celeb, I gotta just go with what she say. I'm like, no.
and
But
to me,
I'm not going to have a smear campaign on her behalf either though.
I'm
You know what I'm
not
saying?
either. But Nick also, just look at it. When she was sitting there and they had that video and she was trying to say, well, we know he done cheated and this and that. He was sitting there looking shook as hell. He was looking scared, or
Yeah, well
like
that's a
he was
typical Nick.
nervous, or that he didn't know what to say. She was doing the talking. He wasn't.
I think because he messed up, so
He
he
know
didn't
he
want to say
messed up.
nothing.
He didn't want to say nothing. All he
He
did is
wasn't trying
stood
to
there
get in
and
more trouble.
yes. And also, all these bloggers or whoever is out here, saying things for her. I mean, come on, that's messing with their credibility.
Facts.
Well, if only if there is a baby, then I mean, other than that, I don't
Oh,
think it'll be a problem. If
well,
she
like I
don't,
said, that baby gonna show up. If it is one, I'm not saying there is, but I mean, it'll show up.
and it really because they're blatantly saying I'm speaking for Cardi B, so even that it's like I don't think they would get blowback for what she said. It would be her, honestly.
They're catering for. Come on now, me. Come on.
Yeah, but I'm saying it wouldn't like if Cardi B come to me right now and I say, "Hey, Cardi B, just DM me," and she said this, I'm not. You can't give me blowback for something that she said. I don't think that would mess up their credibility because it's what she said. Now, whether they believe her and whether you know what I'm saying, I don't know. I don't know, but I feel you.
Okay, let's say for an example, when a newspaper has something and they put it out and they're supposed to go back and retract it, right?
Mm-hmm.
When the truth come out, do you really think these people who have stood out here and made the statement that Cardi wanted them to say, she put the words in their mouth? Do you think they're going to be that noble enough to come back and say, look, I was wrong, I was
I
listening
think
to
they most
her?
definitely would throw her under the bus for their credibility's sake.
They haven't thus far. When she's done other stuff,
I
they
think
gloss
for this
over
they
it,
will.
and you know who I'm talking
The only
about.
thing, only person who won't is the person who
Hmm.
had the exclusive. But other than that, I think the other bloggers who she spoke with, I think that they would call her out if it was something else. But I'm gonna go to Octavius. Octavius,
Okay.
what's your thoughts?
Yes. I just believe that right now, let's say for example, if the rumor is true, that the dude may have kids on the way or whatnot. What a lot of people are not saying is that sometimes both parents, both parties in that marriage will be responsible for that child support. You know what I'm saying? Now,
Mm-hmm.
see, like Offset got with Cardi, and I think he had kids prior to that. You know what I'm saying? But like, if they bringing kids in now, she's probably getting summonses to go to child support court just as much as Offset. You feel what I'm saying? So it could be that, but like, I don't really feel sorry for either one of them. Um, like I really believe, like some caller earlier said that yeah, she messed with him on an uptick. You know what I'm saying? And right now, what's happening, I believe, is I was young around that age too, and sometimes you have some financial tragedies, some legal issues and stuff like that, and you pouting, and then your woman, she in the prime of her career. Like everything's going well for her. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what's another thing going on right now is like, the dude's becoming a sinking ship and she's coming up. You know what I'm saying? And right now, the best thing to do for her is to abandon ship, especially if
Mm-hmm.
bringing more legal issues in, like, what I'm saying, having babies outside of the home allegedly. We don't know. But if that's the case, what I'm saying, I've seen it. I'm from Florida and I've seen it where women were summoned to court as the wife, because their husband, you know, is out sleeping around having kids from different women. You know what I mean? And that have been causes of divorces in some homes where it was okay for the guy to sleep around, I guess. But when it
Hmm.
started get you dragged, like you getting dragged in the court, that now you have to pay for another woman's baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It can, it has a psychological effect, especially if you're on the come up, and and at that age, sometimes some
So you
guys that
think basically what you're saying is hypothetically, what it
yeah
sounds like you're saying, hypothetically, if there was this outside baby, you think that she's cutting her losses before a person can come for her coin. Is that what you're
yeah
saying?
yeah
That-
yeah
I
yeah
mean, that could have been the case with the prior baby mamas too.
yeah, but it made all of them made it slick and smart and it's devious. Some people just don't care. You know what I mean? Like, oh nah, it's his responsibility, and I just want this. And sometimes some people can settle, but then you got some people they talk to a lawyer and they hear like all the money they can get. You know what I mean? Or and she also Cardi is coming up. You know what I mean? At this point, like it looked like she's going to have a second win of her career, where it's going to be like way better than even the beginning. Like the Bodak Yellow, that's going to be something that is going to quail in comparison to uh where she's going now. And like she's talking to Joe Biden, you know what I mean? She's talking
Mhm.
to Bernie Sanders and stuff like that, you know what I mean? And you out here smutting in strip clubs and having legal issues, and you bringing a lot of Negro problems to her. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it from a very non-biased point of view. Like I'm not looking at sexist, just trying to look at it analytically, from the of a point of view of, what could be happening if that's the case. But I like a lot of times when guys hit around about 28 years old, that's when like life really start hitting them. You know what I'm saying? And like you going into that grown man stage, but things to start to become very real. A lot of your youthful actions are catching up with you. So, he's but at the end of the day, I just feel like he's a sinking ship to tie it up, and she's
Mhm.
abandoning the ship. You know what I'm saying? It was a good ride. It brought her to a certain destination. It's now the time to get off on her destination. You know what I'm saying?
That's plausible.
Yeah, I don't think the cheating had a because Cardi was with Cardi said she dealt with women, men. She cheated. She admitted to cheating herself. So you know, at that point, I can't look at her as anything innocent. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But she just abandoned the ship though. But that's
All
that's all
right.
I want to say. All right,
All right. Thank you.
all right.
All right. Shy.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello, hi. I love your show. First of all, I'm calling from the UK. I was a bit nervous to call
Whoop, whoop,
in
whoop.
because
Hey,
of my
UK in the
accent.
house.
Hello, hi. So I think first of all, I don't know. I just want to say that I do kind of feel a bit bad for her, obviously, because it's her life, it's her divorce. But I think
Yeah.
personally, kind of going to certain kind of bloggers to kind of feed information that she could have just clarified herself isn't really the best way to kind of go about it personally, because naturally, if you're kind of given a voice to a blogger to speak your truth, everyone else is obviously going to speak on it personally. So I think it wouldn't, I
I
don't
think
really
people are
think,
gonna
yeah,
speak on it either way. I think
yeah,
if she would have, if I mean, she could have simply just wrote instead of going live and going off and popping off, she could have
yeah,
just simply wrote "no baby," and
yeah,
blogs would have picked it up and talked about it. Or if bloggers, she speak, people are gonna talk either way. She's a big celebrity, and
yeah.
they're gonna talk either way.
Mm. Yeah, no, I definitely agree that people are going to speak about it. But I think my the main focus, kind of on what I'm trying to say, is that kind of going to, obviously, if she's saying that she's friend with the blogger, obviously it makes sense maybe for her that she would like to give priority to that specific blogger to release that story. But I think she should also look at it from a perspective that it would make sense for that specific blogger to say to her, "Oh, don't go on live," because at the end of the day, she has exclusive information from Cardi's mouth, if that makes sense. So
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of what I kind of thought, because I kind of thought, okay, cool, if you want to be there for your friend, but there's certain things that I don't know. Maybe she kind of felt the pressure. I don't want to kind of use your platform to speak specifically on other bloggers, but I think another thing I kind of thought about was um, what I think this was a while ago, what Offset's father had said a while ago about the dynamic between Cardi and Offset in terms of their relationship, that both are toxic as each other. But obviously, yeah. So again, I'm sorry, I don't want to rant.
I mean, you could say it in summary. Just wrap it up.
Yeah, no, I think I can't remember the exact information per se, but I remember there was a while back where I don't know if I can't really remember per se, but I think again it's sad that that's kind of happening to her, but I think that's how the cookie crumbles. I think I was in the chat and I was saying that, to be honest, it's not really a surprise that obviously it's gone public, because it's kind of
All right.
Cardi. You
So
can't
what
really.
you're talking about, I'm gonna just go ahead and put it on the screen and read it for those of you guys
Yeah.
who are not familiar. Offset's father had came forward and he was kind of disappointed with Cardi B, and that's kind of what you're talking about. There's feedback in the back. I don't know what happened.
Oh, sorry. I think it's my fan. It's quite hot in London. Sorry.
So what she's talking about is the time that Offset's father had came forward and he was pretty angry. So there was these messages that he had put in this Facebook group and he was ranting about Cardi B. So in the message it says, let me mute your mic real quick, Shy. You got feedback. In the message, it was this Facebook rant that he came to do, and he says, I'm just getting off a flight from LA to Atlanta. I want to thank the brothers that cared enough to identify my family situation being played out over the news and made a point to curtail it. I also want to thank the ladies for support as well, and one that told me not to go in the group when I get off the plane. Unfortunately, I had already read the post and every sub. Right now, my family is going through a very tumultuous time. What you see in the media is only the tip of the iceberg. Social media is a powerful tool, but certainly no place for family situations. However, our youth, especially my son's wife, doesn't understand that. She seems to want to take everything to social media without regard of the devastation it has on others, past, present, and future, or specifically what it does to other children. I say this not to say that my son is innocent, as he has done his share of dirt, but the whole scenario is never-ending drama session. It's a tick for tack, mudslinging situation fueled by jealousy, envy, insecurities, psychological issues, drugs, etc., etc. While one may believe that celebrity life is good, open to scrutiny, and is fair game for jokes, insults, etc., it is different when the stuff is in your face every day. It is depressing and tiring. People do and say hurtful things about my family members daily, specifically my child. While he ain't perfect, he is mine. And as a parent, I have a duty to protect him. Right now, I cannot do that. Like most young adults, he doesn't always do what he is advised to do. But we are talking about a 25-year-old with an unlimited supply of money, women chasing him, people. Hold on, let me add the second one. People at his disposal, etc. Let me bring it up. So this is what the caller is talking about. Not sure if you guys remember or recall, but I'm just refreshing your memory on what she brung up. So it says a couple that with a hot-headed female that thrives off social media attention and is on the same financial level as / above him, and it's a recipe for disaster. They both have professional people in their corner that they do not use. Psychological issues, depression, and drugs make the situation worse. You all do not know how that affects the rest of the family, from the late night phone calls, emergency travel, news media, etc. I did not sign up for this. Everything I do and say is scrutinized. Everyone wants a favor to get close to him or Cardi. I have lost friends, family members, etc. because I have had to say no for his protection. His legal troubles overflow into my house. You all don't know that my door was kicked in this summer by the feds, and every inch of my home was ransacked for a case that they are trying to build against him. I can't discuss it here. My daughter came home with her 1-year-old daughter, baby, to a block street of guns in her face, blah, 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 blah. So this is what the caller is talking about. Shy?
Yeah, no, I just remember that in particular. I think I saw a particular comment. I don't know because I have my computer in front of me, from KK, who kind of is saying that obviously as Black women we have to do better on by not including Cardi, but I think we also need to remember that it's also important as Black women to kind of uphold kind of Black men and kind of tell them that when they are kind of doing wrong, they're doing wrong. But again, I don't want to keep on running. I think that's kind of all
But more importantly,
that I
so
have
I,
to
I just
say.
went ahead and read it and then just wanted you to make the point that you were trying to make in referencing it.
Yeah, you can still uplift Black men, but you can also kind of say when they're doing wrong too. I think we're not even speaking of the Cardi situation, but even my own personal life. Again, I've got a brother. If he's doing wrong, I love him, but I still tell him that listen, what you're doing isn't right. So I think we can still kind of comment on kind of obviously naturally everyone would kind of speak on Cardi because she people obviously she's a celebrity as well as Offset, but I think people that may be focusing on Cardi in particular because she's the person that filed for the divorce, and obviously that's within her rights. Obviously, no one knows what happens behind closed doors, and I'm sure her priority maybe is to make sure her daughter is all right. I don't really think anyone would likes to hear that a family's broken up, even though I feel a lot of people are saying it just to make sure they don't sound like a hater. But if you have personal experience from being in a home that's broken, you wouldn't want to be a part of that at all, you know. And if it's publicity, then yeah, that's sad. But I think our faves also have used their marriage as publicity, so would it really be bad? Again, I'm not a fan, just in particular, but would it be really bad if she used it as publicity? Many people do that a lot. So
Mm-hmm. All righty. Well, thank you so much.
thank you. I love your show.
All right. Thank you for chiming in. All right, Cookie.
Hey Nick, what's up? This Cookie from
Hey.
Miami.
Hey, Cookie
So
from Miami, girl.
I'm supposed to be asleep, but I can't sleep. But anyways, I feel like they got married too soon. I feel like she knew he was a dog when she got with him, but I feel like they got married while she was pregnant to make to make everything look good or whatever. And he never stopped cheating, and I feel like the reason why she filed for divorce is because he's still cheating. Now I don't know if there's a baby, might be, because that can be like one of the reasons why any woman will file for divorce. But I just think that he's cheating, and he never stopped. And she just probably tired of looking stupid out here. As for the blogs or whatever, we all know Cardi likes to lie, and she wants herself to look a certain way out in the public or whatever. So I'm not surprised that she even went out to the blog to have like this certain story posted about her. Um, it's a lot.
Mhm. Yeah, it
It's,
is.
it's a lot, but I do believe Offset's father. Like I remember when that first came out and like everybody was like, "Oh, the daddy just hating, he lying," and I'm like, "No, them parents be telling the truth sometimes, but
Yeah.
they." I don't think that dad will sit there and lie like that. Like I'm like, y'all, everybody know Cardi is a hothead now, but she knew what she was getting herself into, and then on top of that, I always said that karma always gonna come back because remember when she used to always brag about how she's messing people men and stuff like when she was a stripper and stuff. So yeah, it's your karma. Enjoy it.
I think that honestly, I mean, it could be karma, but I think that you could do everything right for a nigga and he'll still cheat. So,
Yeah,
I
that is
mean,
so.
you could do everything right for all of these um, men and they could still do you wrong as well. So,
That is true, but like I said, she knew what she was getting herself into. Like this man got how many kids out here? Like what? I know she the wife, but baby mama wife, like what number are you? Like like us women, we have to do better. We have to. Like we do be putting ourselves in these messed up situations. I try not to, but we do tend to do stuff like that, and we can't always put all the blame on the man. It's some of our fault too.
mhm.
That's
Yeah, that's
that's
true.
how I feel.
All right, well, thank you, Cookie.
Thank you.
All right. Monet, hello.
Hey, Neek.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. So, just to weigh in on the Cardi Offset situation, I don't necessarily feel like he cheated last week and she filed for divorce this week. I feel like women mentally slowly start checking out of a relationship before they actually leave. So, I think it was all of the cheating and everything that's happened between the cheating and maybe her not feeling wanted and him not giving her attention. I feel like it was all of it. And she finally just got to her breaking point and said she's done. Because I know, like, a lot of times, Niecy Nash, for instance, when people are like, oh, she's already remarried, I think she's already remarried because she had been mentally checked out. So once the divorce was finalized, she had been healing for a while. So I feel like that's what's going on with Cardi. I also think that when people, I mean, you're a mother, so you know when you're a mom, and I'm a new mom. And so when you are pregnant and you have kids, your mentality changes. So it's like even with my husband, it's things that I might have been okay with that now that we have kids, I'm giving a side eye. Nothing
Mhm.
major like cheating, but like video games or certain things that he may not be taking serious. And I'm like, it used to be okay when we were single, but now we have kids. So I think that also has to do with it too, where Cardi's
Yeah, you
mentality is
definitely want
changing now that she's a
a level
mother.
of maturity. Niggas
Right. And
can't
I
say the
think
same.
Right. And like the guy was saying, oh, when guys reach around 28, they usually mature, some of them. Like I was talking to my mom about it one day, and she's like, some men it never clicks for them. Some men, it clicks when she's pregnant. Some men, when the baby's here, it clicks. Some men, it never clicks. And then as for the dad, I mean, I'm not saying he's lying, but I know how in-laws are. So usually they'll more so side with their child and see all the bad in the other person. But if Cardi is insecure and she has all this other stuff going on, your son has a lot to do with that because he cheated on her. That would make a lot of women insecure. And then I know a lot of people are like, well, she should have been left. When you're married, it's just different. Like, it's not a relationship to where, oh, that's it.
I
One
think the
time,
dad in those messages, I think he was more so speaking to the time in their relationship when Cardi B would always go to the blogs and always
Instagram, and
go on
yeah,
Instagram Live. I don't
right,
think necessarily he was saying that his son ain't accountable. I think that he just didn't agree with the way that she always
was
went live.
going about
That's
it.
kind of what I
Right,
got gathered from it.
right.
He didn't really sound like he was blaming her per se for saying that it's her fault as far as what she's reacting to me, I
Hmm.
kind of read it as, man, this is a negative blowback the way that you handle it. I think
Right,
that's more so he
right,
felt like that brung more drama than what they already were dealing with in the
right.
first place. I feel like that's kind of what he was saying.
That makes sense. Um, and as for Offset, I mean, as for her leaving right away, I feel like when you're married, you do kind of like sometimes go back on your non-negotiables. You kind of, because she has a kid. I mean, she seems to be very family oriented. Her parents were together, they're still together. So I think in her head, she maybe wants that. So she's figuring, hey, let's work at it, work at it. So she was trying. I don't think that makes her any dumber for staying. I just think she just
Right.
finally realized her worth, which I think is okay. But like most women have been stupid at some point or another.
Yeah, that's
for
a
a
fact.
guy. Maybe not all, but most of us have kind of been there. It just sucks that
I
hers
mean, not
has to
per
play
se just
out.
saying that most women have been stupid, but we've all dealt with somebody longer than we should have.
Facts.
We
Facts.
all have dealt with somebody, whether it be, I mean, not everybody is dealing with like cheating to that capacity, but just sometimes somebody could just not be putting you as a priority and they're treating you
Right.
as an option and you dealt with them far too long. Or maybe, you know what I'm saying? They just,
Mhm.
it's a lot of factors other
Right.
than that. And we've all dealt with somebody who we should not have as long as we did. So,
Right. And I mean, maybe she had low self-worth. That happens in women. I mean, I couldn't imagine being in the public eye getting scrutinized every day, So maybe she didn't know her worth.
yeah.
Maybe one day she woke up and realized, I don't have to deal with this. Or maybe I don't want my
Yeah,
daughter to be in
she
this
could get a
situation.
whole bunch of different offsets. So
Right. So I feel like it could be a plethora of reasons. I don't feel like it necessarily has to be that he just cheated and or there's a pregnancy. Do I believe that it's possible? Yes, very possible. Um, Now, as for the blogs, I'm not trying to stir the tea or anything, but now from what I watched on two of the bloggers,
mhm.
one's a guy, one's a girl. I'll just say that since I don't want to name
Yeah,
drop. But
I wanted to
from
say
what
that
they were saying, what I grasped
this
is
is
that
this is a case study into the effects of social media.
All right, wait a minute, White Bob. Finish up, wrap it up, Monet. Go ahead.
or blah 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 blah. So I don't think, at least from these two bloggers that I'm talking about, it seems like she didn't really reach out to them, but they reached out to her.
And she
And then she
responded.
responded, right. Now, as for the Jason Lee, I kind of get it because, A, like you said, it's public records. The divorce was going to come out no matter what. So if you are a celebrity, you know it's going to come out. She already knows the stories that's going to come out regardless. So why not hit your friend up so he can kind of put it out clean at first? I mean, to me, that seems a bit logical. So I could see why she did that.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's just crazy. I don't know if we'll ever know the truth. I kind of don't care to know the full truth, to be honest. Like,
Yeah,
it's
I mean, we
tea.
won't never know it anyways.
Right, exactly. Like, it's tea and it's gossip, but at some point, it's kind of like also is regular schmegular day stuff that people go through every fucking freaking day. Sorry, I don't want to cuss.
Right.
But
All
I
right, White
mean,
Bob.
Yeah, hi. I just wanted to say that I feel like a lot of people are overlooking like the main issue here. It could be that social media had a really huge impact on the relationship, from the ocean of temptation that Offset's privy to, for example. I mean, we have to understand that blue check, not only does it attract a lot of women, he can also get into the inbox of a lot of women, and they're going to respond right away. So I think it has a lot to do with the temptation that social media is like put upon our society. Does that make any sense? Like, for example, Neek, if Offset were to hit you up, you may not respond, but that blue check is going to be somewhat enticing to you. Am I right?
I feel like for most women who are not used to dealing with celebrity men, I think that a large majority will be enticed by that. Me personally, no.
Well,
But
not
I
even
think
so. Well, not to interrupt you, but not even celebrity men. We have to understand people now with 20,000 followers on Instagram are walking around with inflated egos as though they're celebrities. So we have to put them in the conversation. This is a very real subject. It's not just celebrities. I'm telling you, the follower count and the amount of eyeballs that people are getting from social media really has a lot to do with their vanity. I mean, to the point now where you see in Australia, LA, and New York, there was a study that Stanford did that showed that social media has influenced millions of women to get boob jobs, lip injections, and butt implants. And Cardi B's done all these things, and it's a litmus test to show you that changing your physical appearance is not enough to keep a man, or enough to keep a woman. Men are guilty of doing certain things for cosmetic reasons too. But we have to take into account the fact that Cardi B changed her physical appearance to satisfy a man, and look where it got her. And this has everything to do with IG culture. We can't just blame the man. IG culture is causing these breakups.
so you think because of the climate on IG, because on IG it makes you acquire a unrealistic relationship goal per se. So you think her looking into that wouldn't want to keep that relationship goal of being married and having a wholesome family?
I don't really believe that you can have a wholesome a relationship like that on social media because it's not
I'm
going to
just
be
saying perception wise. Perception. We're living in a world where people think that, you know, if you got to build a body, you got, you know, all of these people and you got all this money in the bank and you know what I'm saying? They think that if you got 1 million followers, you're close to a millionaire. I'm talking about not realistically. I'm saying perception wise.
Oh yeah, I would agree with that to a degree, but I mean, I guess I don't exactly understand how you were prefacing that question. I mean, what are you asking me exactly? Like, is she trying to keep up a certain facade?
No, you said that based on social media's influence is why you believe that her marriage or she wants to get away from her marriage. But I'm saying if we look at how social media perceives certain things, the perception is better if you are a union. So I'm saying, wouldn't that kind of be the opposite? Wouldn't she want to stay with him? Because we haven't heard new infidelity rumors as far as him cheating before her fouling. So wouldn't she want to keep her marriage intact if we were basing it off of social media perception? That's what I'm saying.
Okay, now I get your point now. I agree with that to a degree, but I mean, I personally don't feel like there's any such thing as like an actual union on social media that's authentic that we're actually seeing. I mean, who would be the main couple of social media right now, YouTube wise? Would it be the Ace family? Is the Ace family like the ideal you know what a
I think
couple
a lot of
looks?
people look at the Ace family like they are BS. I think a lot of people look at I think a lot of me personally, I be thinking these relationships be BS just for the views, just for the clout. But I
Agreed.
think that people looking wise, what couple would be the one that people really look at as goals? I think that it probably would be I don't think it would be the Ace family.
Well, I was just using them as an example, like they're one of the most popular families on YouTube, and like
Yeah.
people watch it by the millions. So I don't think that Cardi B or anybody like that would want to be portrayed in that sort of, fictitious light. But at the same time, my whole point is, I feel like we kind of diverted from my point, which was the influence that Instagram has as far as the wandering eye syndrome that many men suffer from. I mean, they have a constant feed that refreshes anytime you scroll down that can just give you ass. I mean, we have women just, doing workout videos like where they're doing squats and it's like a high definition close up of their ass crack. I mean, it's pornography now. I mean, it's cheating is not just happening with celebrity men. And I feel like IG culture, TikTok culture is perpetuating cheating so badly that it's going to become the norm. I mean, the WAP video, WAP, whatever it stands for, I don't want to say it here because there may be kids listening, but this is encouraging an entirely new behavior. The family is over. It's over.
So what do you think is next? You don't think that it's a publicity stunt in any way? You just think that it was influenced by, what she's seeing as far as trends and everything like that in the culture of social media relationships. What do you think is next for her? Do you think
I,
that she's going to get with another baller or what do you think?
I think Cardi B is exhausted. That's why she got out of the relationship. And I feel like she got tired of getting cheated on. And who knows? Maybe she wants to take a political avenue now. Maybe she'll start dating Mark Lamont Hill or something. Who knows? She's getting political, right?
Mhm.
So I don't know. I don't know what she's doing, but I feel like she might have just been so stressed out and getting tired of getting dragged on Instagram, getting tired of, waking up and finding out that her man's cheating on her by looking at things on the shade room or just, comments in general. I don't know. I feel like she just got exhausted, quite frankly. And I think it has everything to do with IG culture. This social media culture is ruining society. There's an excellent documentary on Netflix right now. It's called The Social Dilemma. You gotta watch it. I mean, wow, it's really good.
Mhm. And can you break down what it's talking about as far as the social dilemma?
It just talks about it interviews a whole lot of tech industry insiders, like people that worked at Twitter on the design side of things. The Instagram founders are in the documentary, and it just talks about how it's basically an addictive algorithm that teaches itself how to learn each and every one of us better so it can manipulate us further. I mean, Facebook did an experiment on social contagion. Their whole thing was to see if they could influence and affect people's actual physiology through the application, and it worked. There's so many things going on right now with social media that we have no idea are happening. For example, if I'm listening to a song in my car and just driving down the road, that algorithm can predict how I feel listening to that song based on if I replay a certain part of that song. How high is the volume am I playing it at? What am I going to listen to next? What am I going to browse? Am I going to go look at my ex-girlfriend's photo on Instagram? And then the algorithm then comes up with an assessment of me, my personality. And these are just little small things I'm telling you, when you look at a photograph of somebody and you pinch to zoom, all that's recorded. They're like, this guy likes that aspect of her body, let's give him more photos that look like that aspect of the body. I might be going off onto a tangent, but I'm just trying to articulate that the level of deception that we are all, being victimized by is uncanny. You got to watch The Social Dilemma.
Okay, so basically, in a nutshell, we need to look at it deeper than if he's cheating, whether there's a baby. It's deeper than that, basically, in summary.
I think it's much deeper than that, but at the same time, we can't take away from, the title of your show, basically, like, which is what the hell happened. I think it's deeper than exactly just cheating. But yeah, sure, on a surface level, Cardi might not be privy to all these things I'm talking about right now, but she's certainly disengaging from Offset because of the things I'm speaking of. She may be tired of just getting cheated on, but we're not addressing the issue as to why he's cheating. Every time he goes onto his Instagram, he's got an ocean of women that are like just ready to go. And I'm not saying they're in his inbox, but he can get in their inbox, and that blue check does wonders. If he got into your inbox with that blue check, Neek, you'd probably have a hard time not responding. Am I right?
I would respond and see if he want to interview or something, but I mean,
Well,
responding in what way?
I'm speaking metaphorically. Does the blue check carry weight or not in our society?
In society, yeah. I mean, obviously, yeah. People look at clout. They look at numbers. They look at if you're verified or not. Like if you have a blue check, people are more intrigued as to what you do.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Would you date a guy that didn't have a blue check?
yeah.
Okay. Well, that's
I'm
news to
dating
me.
guys right now that don't got blue checks.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's all I really wanted to say. But do you understand where I'm
Yeah.
coming from? The point I'm trying to articulate?
I get you. Basically, in summary, like I said, what I get from it is that you feel like it's deeper than that. It's more of a social media influence type of thing, and you feel like that is the reason why some of this is going on. And it's not just her per se. You're not only speaking on Cardi, you're speaking on the climate in general of where we
Yes.
are today in today's society. So yeah, I mean, I
Exactly.
get what you're saying totally.
Exactly. I just like to end by saying that culture is dead. Relationships are dead. I know I might sound a little doom and gloom, but I'm speaking in broad terms. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all these social media apps have really damaged the way we interact with one another. And I really believe it's affecting the ability to be faithful. And monogamy is really under attack right now.
Are
I
you in
mean,
a relationship right now?
no, I'm single right now, but I was in a relationship for 4 years. We broke up about 6 months ago, and I'm still kind of like trying to ground myself and recover from that.
Was it due to social media? Do you feel like social media influenced your breakup?
Not on the not really, so to speak, but for me, I definitely had an issue with her being on social media. I never really voiced it so much, but yeah, there was a little bit of reluctance on my part. I didn't like it because I knew that she was on there and there were guys liking her photos and all that, and it really affected me.
Was
I
it
didn't.
really more so an insecure thing, you think?
It's not even I don't think it was an insecure thing. I'm 6'2". I'm in great shape. I've got a lot of talents. I make a good amount of money. Um, I just, if I'm going to be with somebody, I don't
Or
want my
is it
girl.
more of a control thing? Because it
It's
could
not.
be either insecurity, it can be control, or you could just be somebody who feels like you just deserve a certain amount of respect.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of all those things. I think insecurity probably definitely played a role into it because if I was secure with who I am, I guess I wouldn't give a damn that like she was posting sexy pictures and people were liking them. But
Right.
she's probably dating one of those guys right now. So
But what
like
if she wasn't? What if she was totally dedicated to you, but she just likes to get a little bit of validation that she still got it?
well, then that just goes to show that like we weren't compatible in that sense. Because quite frankly, I think I want a girl who's not interested in social media.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. And I think that's very hard to find these days. I mean, here I am talking bad about social media on a social media platform known as YouTube, you know?
Right. It's
So, I
addicting.
mean, we're all walking contradictions, you know? And I'm really grateful that you have this platform and you give us an opportunity to kind of like vent these things out, especially this late at night. I don't sleep, you know? I stay up all damn night. Ever since the breakup, I don't really sleep at night.
Ever since the breakup of your girl?
Yeah, you know, I mean, I really haven't.
Well, send her some nice flowers to her job. You know, flowers.com. You could get some nice flowers for like $30. Send her
Yeah,
some flowers. Tell her you're thinking about her. You know, it's really fucking with you. Now you're on social media and you don't even fucking like social media
exactly. Exactly.
and you can't sleep.
I had a buddy who didn't have a phone for 7 years. He didn't have a smartphone, and he got a smartphone so he could communicate with his girlfriend, and then she dumped his ass, and now he's got this damn phone. You know?
What's your YouTube? We need to be on your YouTube because you hilarious. What's your YouTube?
I haven't started a YouTube because you know, I just haven't started one. I have a dummy account, I guess you could say, so I can tune in and listen to like people like you and a couple other shows that I like, but I haven't started a YouTube channel primarily for
So
the
is
main.
White Bob gonna be your character? Because I don't think that you're really white. I think that you probably are black, but that's kind of your moniker.
Yes, I'm a black man. I'm 36 years old, and the reason I do White Bob because like it's one of my favorite characters from Martin. That was White Bob from marketing. So like when I call into a show, I like to kind of just spruce things up a little bit, and you know, kind of I give my real opinions and how I feel about things, but at the same time, I put a little bit of gusto on it.
All right. And I think in closing, I don't know what type of girl the last one is, but I think you know what I'm saying, give it a little bit of edge next time. Go for a hood girl next. You might be surprised that you might like it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll keep that in consideration. I mean, what about you? I mean, you know, I know you're not a hood girl, but I mean, you know, I don't have a blue check, and we've already established that that's not something that's a criteria for you.
Shoot your shot, White Bob, for marketing.
That's right. That's what I'm doing right now, Neek. What do you think, Neek? I mean, I'm 6'2", I'm 185 pounds. You know,
I
I've
need
got a.
to see I need to see the photo. I need to see the photo. I can't just go off of 6'2" and 180 pounds. I need to see. I mean, you know, I'm not caught up in looks, but I still would like to see what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But not this late at night. You know, I'm kind of in my, you know, unwinding outfit, you know, so I really don't want you to see exactly what I look like. I'd like to get
Just
my
throw up
edges
a photo on the avatar.
yeah, maybe next time, maybe next time. But you're so unpredictable. How often do you go live? I mean, when can I expect to catch you on here?
I always go randomly at just random times.
Okay, I like sporadic. See, I think we'd be a good match. What's your sign? I'm a Scorpio.
Shoot that shot, White Bob, for marketing.
I'm trying. Who's that? Who's that over there encouraging me?
They said they want to hear your real voice.
This is my real voice right here. Now, I'm not going to give you my real voice too much, though. You know, because if I give you my real voice, then you'll get to know who I am, and then I'll have to start, you know, changing it up. So I'm not going to give you my real voice, okay? So there you go.
Give us a snippet of your real voice one more time. Go ahead.
This is my real voice, and this is what I sound like. But when I call into your show, I kind of sound like this a little bit, you know, because it helps me. You know what I'm saying? It allows me to like articulate myself better than I would if I were just talking like this.
Oh my God. All right, Bob.
All right, so I'm gonna reach out to you next time you go live. You know, I don't have notifications set up on my phone, but I might do that just so I could catch you, Neek.
All right, no doubt. Thanks for the support.
Absolutely. 6'2", 185. 6'2", 185, and relatively dark.
I thought it was 180. Now it's 185. Is it gonna be 190 next?
Well, hopefully by the time I see you, I'll get a couple In-N-Out burgers in me and I can bulk up. Yeah, 190 would be good.
Because you said 180. Now it's 185. Then when you say your stats again, it's going to be 6'3" and 192. Well, what is the deal?
Weight fluctuates, you know. I'm between 180 and 190 if you really want to be specific about it. If I were to hit a scale right now, it might even say 179, but I'm not lying to you.
All right. That's what's up, Bob.
All right, Neek. I'll definitely be speaking to you in the future. Okay, you have a good night.
All right. He done totally took us off a topic. I mean, if anybody else wants to chime in on Cardi B, y'all could click the link. If not, we'll just wrap it right there. He got me dying laughing. I knew he wasn't really white. After listening to him, I'm like, man, this is your representative right here on this line right here. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Your character. But if there's anybody else who wants to chime in really quickly on this whole Cardi B situation, I'll give you guys one more opportunity to do so. If not, we will wrap. Shout out to all of you guys who are up right now. It is super early in the morning, and so many of you guys are rocking with me on this live. I've seen a couple comments who were saying that I was throwing shade to certain bloggers. I'm not throwing shade to anybody in my title. Cardi B told bloggers what to say as far as relaying her message or whatever. That's not shade. That's not me throwing shade to anybody. That's a fact. KK?
Yes, hey, how you doing?
Hey, boo.
Hey, chat. Hi, mods. Hi, everybody. My quick analysis, like I don't know the whole situation. I only know like piece by piece, and for overall they 3-year relationship. Maybe she divorced him because of a peace of mind too. Also, since you just read that clip, a piece that the father or one of them sent in to the blogs or news. And sometimes some women just want peace of mind or don't want to go through all the drama or go through all the mess that he's going through legally also. And I think one of them
I'm
is
gonna
going
pause
to
you
court.
1 second. I'm gonna just respond to this one. Somebody said, Neek, are you and Armand still friends? Me and Armand are cool. We have no issues. Go ahead, KK.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and sometimes she might just want, like a peace of mind. Like, cause I think one of the amigos is accused of a sexual assault also. I don't know the whole details of that neither, just little by little. And it could be overall, it could have been just building up. And also, like back to what the Bob guy said, it could be that her self-esteem too, because maybe a lot of ex strippers or street women or thoughts that no shade, they may have low self-esteem due to a lot of stuff that they went through previously before. Because I noticed like she was trying to buy his love, giving him $500,000 too. I remember like 6 months ago or last year or whatever. And this overall, like they should, to me, they should have went to therapy before marriage and in the middle of their marriage too. I don't think they should just up and get a divorce. So it could be either way. Like
Okay.
yeah, that's the thing with that. But I think that they should work it out or either just get money together and just live a separate life. They can do that too also. I
All
don't
right.
know.
We got King Gracie on here. What's your thoughts?
Hey, Neek.
Hey.
I'm calling from London. I literally just woke up. It's like 10, 11 a.m. over here. We're still
Yeah.
talking about Cardi B, right? Because I came in a bit late.
Yeah, we were. We got a little bit off track with White Bob for marketing, but the topic is Cardi B. Yes.
Oh, cool. So I think that I'm not really a big fan of Cardi anyway, but obviously I wouldn't want to see somebody's relationship completely crumble like that. I think there are a couple of things that are a bit plausible or could be possible. Like, for example, it is quite a big story right now that they are getting a divorce, and there is an old saying that all publicity is good publicity. However, I don't think that she's filed divorce specifically as a publicity stunt. I just feel like it would be clever for her to ride the wave of, of all the press that's happening right now, which, she has business people around her. They would, tell her to sort of capitalize on this. I think that they're probably getting divorced because they were in the like, I mean, if everybody's on quarantine right now, like everybody's spending a lot of time with each other and you're not going anywhere. So it's like I'm always around you, and I realized that I don't actually like you that much. coupled with all of the things that he
I
was
mean, I
doing,
heard that
like
put out, but
cheating.
then it was also put out that people were like, quarantine and you're around people and all that. But then it was also reported that she was in LA and he was in Atlanta. So it's like if she's in LA and he's in Atlanta, are they really around each other? I mean, like I said, I heard that being said, but then I'm like, that kind of don't really all the way add up either. But I hear you.
Yeah, that doesn't really. That's what I was thinking, because I did hear that she was living in LA, but I just assumed that he was there as well, because I don't really follow the
That's
story
why
like that.
I don't, when I hear stuff, I just can't just be running with just cause it's, you know what I'm saying? Like I just,
Yeah.
I just be using my brain. I'm like, well, if they're not around each other, yeah, but go ahead.
Well, then that just leads me to believe that there was issues beforehand, because if you're on quarantine and you're not living together, why would that be? Like, why would you not want to be near each other? So I just feel like she probably just had enough of him. He might have done something that is like, okay, I can't come back from this now. And you never know how their relationship is on the inside. We don't know how he speaks to her at home. We don't know any of that.
Right. That's a fact.
But what another thing that I want to say, this is the last thing, because I know you probably got other people waiting, is I don't like the way that she tries to control the narrative that gets put out there about her. I don't think it's worth it, number one, because people are going to talk about you regardless, and they're going to make up their own opinions, even if it's loud and wrong. You're a celebrity. That's what you have to deal with. So you reaching out to bloggers and trying to control the narrative, it doesn't make me see you as genuine. It just makes me see you as you don't want people talking bad about you.
Yeah, but I don't think that she ever has to be okay with rumors, though. I will say that. I do know that she does try to control what is being said, but I don't want to make it appear that people have to just take rumors either. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not cool either, for people to just make up outlandish stuff and then, but
Yeah,
I feel
I agree with that. I don't think it's a nice thing, because you have to remember, at the end of the day, these are still people. They're just
right.
spotlight on them. We do have to remember that at the end of the day. So if you do want to come out and adjust specific things, like for example, what's fact and what's not, then that's cool. But then for you to come out, like you said earlier at the beginning of the live, we're not born yesterday. For you to come out and say, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, you have to sign the paper, you have to read it, so you must have seen it.
Exactly. That's my point. Like, you can't say that you didn't know about certain things, but a lot of people will be like, well, she didn't know. And I'm like, well, how did I dealt with court? I ain't never been married, but I've dealt with court filings. You got to read it first.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
Period.
All
right. Thank you, boo.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Love your accent.
Oh, thank you.
Bye. All right. Last caller, Jeanette.
Hi, Nick at Night. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. What's
okay,
your thought? I'm gonna wrap it up real quick.
Okay, let me say it real quick. Okay, now Lovely T said she kept in touch with Cardi, and she told Cardi not to get on any kind of social media. Well, Cardi's done her thing anyway, and why she didn't read what was going on with the lawyers, I don't know. But the New York Post says that she had to go back and change some things. And what she did change was, as far as Offset having part custody, he does have that, and she doesn't need any child support. But what she didn't change was she never ever wants to be around him again or have a relationship. That right there says a whole lot. So I've been married about 3 times. When a woman or a wife says that, he done something so disrespectful and hurt her so deeply that she just looks at him totally different. And don't forget, Nick at Night, she's got that other guy that she was waiting for when she was on that show, hip hop show, that was in jail. He's out too. So I'm just throwing it out. So love you.
He's been out though. The guy that she was with before Offset.
Yeah.
He's been out a while.
Oh, well, that's still in the wings. But anyway, love you. Keep up the good work, and God bless everybody.
All right. Thank you, boo.
Okay. Okay, bye, boo.
All right. All right. So we are going to read the super chat from Princess Deborah. I think I said it right. Hey, I think Cardi B just woke up. I think that she wants something new. Hashtag period. Thank you so much for the donation. Thank you for all of you guys who are up right now. It is so many people. Oh, somebody said he got locked back up. Okay, I don't know. I don't keep up. I don't keep up with that boy. I knew he had been out though. So many of you guys who are up in the wee hours of the night, we're gonna have to do more wee hours of the night lives because I be waking up so randomly and I'll toss and turn and I can't really sleep. And I'm like, it's stuff that I want to report on, but then I end up going to sleep hours later, and we could have been vibing that whole time. So we're gonna try to see what we could do about that. Thank you guys, all of you who chimed in. If you guys did not catch this while it was live, definitely don't forget to hit that like button. Those of you guys who are on the live right now, make sure before you go to hit that like button, share my video, make sure you visit my website that's scrolling down below, and don't forget to leave by telling me where you're tuning in from. Definitely put where you tuning in from, what state you claim, what state you rep, what city, what, where we viewing from. I always love to know where all of my night owls are tuning in from. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.